Hello there and welcome back to another video. So this here might be a little bit of a different filming setup, and before you get excited, I'm not going to be drawing while filming like my hands on my iPad. The thing is, I started drawing this and then my iPad glitched recording. There's already a video on my channel talking about this, but I still wanted to show the process or like what's in this file, because this is a very important video. It's been in the works for a while. It's a collaboration with my great friend fanastyfinder, and it's part of her Bring to Life series. So her Bring to Life series is where she gets her art friends to create characters where she's going to turn them into custom dolls. So she asked me to come up with a character concept, and so this video is going to show right here the designing process here on my iPad, and then later on in the video I'm going to be doing a speed paint of a concept artwork that I did of this character. She doesn't really have a name and people have been getting mad at me. The people I've shared this design with have been getting mad at me at the fact that she doesn't have a name yet, but I'm still really happy with this design. So starting out with my layers, I'm going to open up the base concept folder that I have, and I'm going to break it down a little bit by bit. So I started off not really knowing exactly what I wanted to do. Fana gave me like a bunch of different, like all these are potential skin colors of the dolls that she had on hand. So all these were the potential skin colors, and I decided to opt for the dark brown one. And yeah, so I started off with just like not really trying to follow like doll proportions. I started out with this kind of just female silhouette, and then I added face, which is just kind of face, and then I was on Pinterest and I saw this girl with like space buns hairstyle, so I gave her some space buns, but I also wanted her to have long hair, so that concept kind of came out. I had asked Fana originally whether she had the ability to make certain types of props or whatever, and one of the things I asked her about was glasses, and at first it was just kind of to like keep my options open, but she says she can make like round glasses. I got the idea of round sunnies, which I think would be really cool, and it fits sort of with like the aesthetic. And then I had the idea to give her wings as well, which I think was also something I asked Fana about, and I decided to keep these pretty simple, and it's up to Fana to interpret how she wants to like construct them, how she wants to texture them, but they're kind of cartoony in design, and I wanted to add them to the character design. But then of course she kind of covers parts of that, so there's the wings covered up. And then lastly, for her outfit, I was like kind of at this point in the design process, I was kind of feeling that it was more of a Greek mythology sort of inspired. So originally I was going more like if Apollo, which is the god of the sun, were a female, but then I also was thinking more of it as I was designing. So what if Icarus and the sun had a daughter? So I wanted to go for something modern but also something kind of Greek, so I went for this jumpsuit type of thing with some belts, and once the colours come in it'll be a little bit more obvious of how she fits into it being Greek mythology. So this was my base concept design, and then I decided to try to come up with like the doll proportions for the outfits. So I kind of sketched out, let me see if I can find it, I sketched out a kind of mannequin of like the basic proportions of what a Monster High doll would typically look like, and then I put her outfit on top, front and back, so Fana would get a good reference, and then adding her features on top. So here are her features. Her hair goes like between her wings, and she's got her sunglasses, and these are more, I think this would be closer to how the actual doll is going to turn out because of the proportions. And I felt really mean when I was designing these like strappy Greek style sandals. And here is just the outfit minimized, and then there's the original sketch kind of size, and then after that it was time for colors. So the first thing that I knew I wanted was her hair to be like this platinum light color, because her skin was going to be this dark, you know, warm, really happy color, and I thought that the dark skin and light hair would be a really good contrast. And then also because of the whole Greek theme, I wanted a lot of gold, and I wanted a lot of like leather textures. So her sandals and her belts and stuff like that are this like burnt treated leather kind of looking. And then her jumpsuit, I pictured white because I'm also thinking like the Greek mythology and the Greek gods, and I kind of pictured pristine white. And then I wanted something a little bit more fun, a little bit of an extra punch, and I typically would not use this color much, but I thought that it complemented her well. This like really intense, vibrant, reddy pink kind of color for her eyes, her lips, and her sunnies. And then of course her wings also have that same pink fading on the side. So that was kind of like my mentality behind this design concept, and this is what the character sheet looks like. And now let's move on to the speed paint. So for the speed paint, I knew that I wanted to have her floating and like flying because I gave her wings. Why give her wings if she's not going to use them? And I also wanted it to be mostly full body because I kind of considered this like, there was like the character concepts like turnaround sheet that was like more like what's the design look like, but this is the pin-up art, the splash art, if you want to use that terminology, that kind of showcases the design but also has a lot of her personality more infused with it. So I wanted full body, I wanted her to be floating, and I wanted to showcase the design but still, you know, have it look like cool artwork. And so I also decided to work in Photoshop, not on my iPad, because I was quite salty that the recording kind of failed on me for the proper design process. But really this was just kind of a fun, tried to experiment, tried to get to know the character better, tried to communicate how I feel the character is, more so when Fana like starts doing the actual doll, she has kind of more of a feeling of like what her mood is, and then she can have like vibe going or something. And yeah, when I was doing this illustration, Fana had not started quite yet. As of recording this voiceover, I've seen what the doll looks like and it looks so amazing. It's better than I could possibly imagine, so I would please like direct everyone. There's links in the card, there's links in the description to see Fana's video of her turning this character art into like an actual physical doll based off of a Monster High doll, which is just like, it blows my mind, so amazing. I just like can't believe that this is an idea that I put into like a very faulty iPad kind of recording thing and then just Photoshop it. Now it's just a real physical thing that you can see and hold. So please go check out Fana's video on her putting together this doll in real life. And yeah, I still felt really mean about the shoes as she was like commenting about it, but I'll let Fana explain her process, her thoughts, and how mad she is at me and how she'll never work with me ever again in her video. But yeah, I was just doing my whole thing with the digital painting thing, just trying to communicate the character's personality. I wanted to do a background that doesn't take too much away from the character, and I'm going to be adding a little bit more details to it later on, but it was quite a simple background because the focus was the character. And at this point I wasn't really trying to think of the doll proportions or how it would like come across as a doll. I was just trying to make it look just more like a painting of how I would make a painting. And I did hope that maybe it would like help Fana get a better idea of like certain textures or whatever, but then it's also like I have no idea like what materials she has and stuff like that, what she was thinking for like the wings or the fabric for the jumpsuit and stuff like that. So it was really just like me trying to do my best to come up with something that would maybe convey some information, maybe not. But yeah, overall it was just a very chill piece. There wasn't anything with it that I struggled too much with. I just like how it turned out basically, and I feel quite attached to this character. And the more I worked with her, the more I got an idea of like just her personality, but she still doesn't have a name or a backstory or anything like that. So if anybody's got any suggestions, or if anyone's got like any headcanons based on what you've seen in this video or what you've seen from Fana's video, write them down in the comments, in my comments, Fana's comments, talk to us on Instagram and stuff like that. I'll leave all of Fana's links in the description as well as her video and stuff like that. So if you want to follow her on Instagram and stuff like that, please do. She's a really amazing artist and she works with paintings. She also does a lot of doll stuff obviously and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, please go check her out and let us know what you think about this character, this collaboration and stuff like that. And yeah, overall I was really a little bit like, I don't know, I was just really happy to do this basically, and trying to get everything to convey well. And I decided to do like a looser kind of messy line art because I was going to be painting over it afterwards, but it still ended up quite messy in areas like outside the face. I didn't do too much kind of messing around with line work after the fact. because I just felt like it was very easily communicated anyway. But I do really like how I coloured the skin in this. I feel like it looks very warm, very luminous and real. I think I've been having quite a bit of good luck with my darker skin tones lately. I've been practicing, obviously, so that helps make it look a bit better. The more you do it, the better you get. But I don't know, it's just a good, happy painting. There's not much else to say about like this kind of splash art kind of thing. Though I will say that Fana was a little bit shocked that I was doing like the full like turnaround kind of character sheet thing as well as the splash art. I think she just expected one or another, and then she would just do all the work, and I was just like, no, because like putting together a like custom doll thing is like a lot of work. She was working on it for like weeks while like doing a painting. Like this painting, for example, I think took like 4 hours, and the turnaround probably took like an hour, maybe 2. So I definitely didn't feel like it was necessarily even for me just to do like one or the other when she was spending weeks working on this doll. But I did both, and I'm just very happy with the way that everything turned out. Like, I liked how this character looks, I like the vibe that she has, and I absolutely adore how Fana managed to translate it into real life, even though she had quite a few difficulties based on the updates she was giving me. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of, well actually for a while, I watched a lot of doll customizing videos. I watched like Delightful and a couple others that I don't remember the names of, but after Fana starting getting into doll customizing, it's just kind of something I had an immense amount of respect for, because it's not something that I would ever be able to do, because even though I'm alright with like illustrating and stuff like that, I'm very bad with like the crafts side of arts and crafts. Like I can't even cut a straight line with scissors. I tried to like sew a strap of a backpack that broke off, and like just the stitching is the most disgusting thing ever. So there's no possible way that I would be able to take a doll and like customize it to the extent that these artists do, Fana included. So I just have so much respect for it, really. And I felt really special that like I was able to like do this design that's now turned into a real doll, and it's just it really gets my emotions like all over the place. But we're starting to wrap up now with this splash art, so I would really please ask you to go to Fana's channel to watch her make this illustration into a real life thing, and leave a comment on her video saying that it's amazing, because it really is. Even though I haven't seen the video yet, I've seen the doll and it's just so good. And yeah, this is basically my character design with fanastyfinder's Bring It to Life collaboration. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.